All the Mods 10 has a lot of complicated items, and each one of those items costs thousands to make. So we need to build the best resource generator possible. So we have a slight problem, and that's we keep running out of resources. We only have 167 diamonds, 101 gold, 90 copper, and about 200 coal. Now, if this was vanilla Minecraft, that would be quite a bit, but this is all the Mods 10. And just one item could cost hundreds, if not thousands. But thankfully we have mystical agriculture, and that will allow us to get different kinds of seeds of all different kinds of tiers. And the higher you go, the better they get. So I think that's going to be a necessity. So to start out, I need an Inferium seed, which is just made using 8 Inferium essence and 1 regular wheat seed. And we do have access to quite a bit of wheat, thanks to these giant villager areas. They even have hay bales laying around. I'm sorry, you've been robbed. But for the Inferium, I'm not too sure where to get it. They normally drop from mobs, but no matter how many I whack, nothing ever seems to drop. So we'll have to find a way to get them. But if I remember correctly, there is a lot of it in the end. And if we mine it, there we go. That's 41. Oh, thank you, Fortune 3 pickaxe. Wait, I can get that higher. Yes, please. Because from episode 2, we got ourselves a lot of books, with one of them being a Fortune 8 book. And I believe if I just do that for 19 levels, we'll apply it. And then if we find another patch, we should get a lot more. Oh yeah, tons more. So we'll just grab a few more of those. And I really hope that's enough for what we need. And I don't believe you can actually go higher than tier 1 anymore. Yeah, not really looking like it. So we'll just have to make a ton of these, along with a whole new area to build our farms in. We just might need to open it up a bit. That should do nicely to place the seeds down. Oh, light sources. Well, I hope I have some glowstone left over. 1 piece. All right. I guess we can take some regular for now and at least stick them over top of the water sources. And hopefully that'll allow me to plant the whole thing. Well, that kind of sucks. We are really going to need to figure out a faster way for these to grow, because lily pads fertility don't exist in this mod pack just yet. So that leaves us with a couple options. The first being red fertilizer, probably the easiest of all of them. And then crop supports, which are made with compressed iron, which is made by taking a piece of iron and blowing it up with TNT. What could possibly go wrong with explosions? So I'll make a few pieces, and I guess I can only make 1 piece, but I do believe I can take a few stacks of iron, and then I'll fly on over away from our base, throw these down right next to the TNT, and realize I forgot flint and steel. I'm a genius. Okay, let's try this again. TNT, and come on. Do it for me. Yeah. Blowing stuff up is fun. Now just give me the market. Wait, what? Where's the poppies? Well, that's a ripoff. Oh, at least they're pretty common. Now we can turn them into red dye, and we should be able to make a ton of red fertilizer. I'm surprised gold's the thing we ran out of the most. That should solve that issue. So just over the stack should be enough. Now it's just the crop supports. And I haven't actually tested. Oh, I can place it down with the crops there. Anyways, like I said, I haven't actually tested to see if you can use them both together, which it looks like you can. And it does look like it is speeding it up a little bit. But these growth accelerators, that's what's going to make all the difference. Unfortunately, we can't get up to the Supremium ones just yet. But maybe we can do the Inferium or the Prudentium. Oh, and there we go. We got a full matured one. But I really don't want to have to break these and then replace them all the time. So we're going to get this harvester pylon. It's really not that difficult to make, and we have everything except for the polished blackstone, which is just regular blackstone, which seems to come from the nether. So if I do some exploring, will this structure have any? Yeah, perfect. Let's grab all that. Oh no. Well, that sucks. I guess we'll do this part. Of course you landed down there. Grab that and get out of there. And that should be good enough. So now I can make them. And I think I'll make 2. Because now I should be able to just throw it. Well, that isn't where I wanted to go. Throw it down right there. And then we'll need to get a hoe. But I don't want to use a regular one, because that's going to break very easily. So I would say let's go for the Supremium hoe. But we really don't have the items to do that, because we don't have Supremium essence. So as much as it pains me, I think we're going to do all the Modium hoe, because we do have the stuff for that. So now if I throw this in, we'll increase the workstation to 5. Why isn't that working? Oh, we need to place an inventory above it. I wonder, do we have any coated ender chests? No. So we'll take the spruce netherite chest and we'll throw that right there. And it harvested 5 of them. So it's good to know that works. But I think we do need to increase the radius a little more. There we go. But now we have to be able to take the inferium and either transfer it into our system or upgrade it to the next tiers, which I think is what we're going to do. Only thing being, we'll need this master infusion crystal, and that takes supremium and a supremium gemstone, which is just more supremium, and a prosperity gem. And if I remember correctly, you can only get prosperity from its ore or from a prosperity bee. So I think we'll need to work towards that, which means we'll need a prosperity block and a crystalline bee, which is made from a quartz nest and nether quartz. So if we silk touch some of this, we can make the nest. So if we throw this down here, we use the quartz on it, we'll tick it down quite a bit. Oh, but we don't have any of our nets on us. Please tell me we have some. Yeah, we got 3. So this should give us what we're looking for. And there we go. So let's grab him, come on back home. And we do have a couple pieces of prosperity ore that we can mine up. And that's not enough for a block. Well, that's very unfortunate. I hope it's easy to find, as I'm not exactly sure how rare it is. Oh, well, here's some. What the heck is making that bell sound? Hello? Excuse me? Well, all right then. Guess we can ignore that for now. We can make up our prosperity block. I think we'll make 2. So now if I remember correctly, I just throw him there and hand you that. Nah, take you. Then we're gonna need an advanced oak beehive. Just need a regular beehive, pair of shears, campfire, and right a honeycomb. So let's make 1 more of these. And if we come to our front of our base, we have a full bee nest right here. Then we can just chuck that campfire underneath. And I believe if I right click at, ow, no. How do I take the honey out of here? Do I need a pair of shears? Oh yeah, there we go. That will allow us to make the advanced hive. Then we can just do an expansion box and a feeding slab. We'll just need to smelt a little bit of this up and then smelt it again. There's a few slabs and a feeding slab. And if we run on over to this little extra room I'm, well, kind of working on, I can throw the slab right here, the advanced oak beehive there, the expansion box on top, this prosperity block inside the feeding slab, because that is exactly what they eat. And then we can just, well, I was going to say throw it in, but we need a simulation card for that, which we don't have. So just a quick little right click on there and you should find your way in. Once you feed on that a little bit, that is. You're kind of taking your time there, aren't you? There we go. Now he's popped on in. Then all we have to do is make a centrifuge, which I believe we can upgrade to a powered one. And then for now, I can just throw that right there. Then now that that has been created, I can take those, throw them in here, and get some wax. Where are our prosperity shards? Oh, there's only a 33% chance. Well, that sucks. I might have to figure this out. Pollen puffballs. What are these used for? Oh, you can make honey treats with them. Well, I don't need those for now. So I think what I'm going to do is set up a little trash can right here. And then I'm going to build some modular rotors. But we're also going to need distributor modules, which need sender modules, which need tier 1s, which are made like that. Nice and simple. And we'll need a couple of these. And I'm not exactly sure where I want to put this. So right here for now, I guess. And then we're going to select this thing here, go into it, have it whitelist the puffballs and the prosperity comb, transferring into the router, just like that. Then we're going to select the centrifuge, transfer out a router, and prosperity comb. But now I have to deal with the puffballs. And then for the moment, I don't need those. So garbage can, out of the router, whitelist, and then puffball. So you can go in there, and that'll get voided. But now for the honey and the wax, should be fairly straightforward. Just with another modular router here, transferring into the router, whitelist, wax, throw that in. And then we do the same thing with the garbage can, and that should all get voided. Then it's just the leftover honey. And if I grab a fluid pipe, throw that there. Why isn't this? Oh, it's an item trash can. I'll need the fluid trash can. And then we'll just place that there. Configure that with a advanced. And there goes the honey. So now if we ever get a prosperity seed or shard just like that, Now we just have to get it back into the system. I'll have to make an ME interface, which doesn't seem too difficult. Just another formation core and annihilation core that we made in last episode. And we can just take that. And if I dig under our machine here, I've gone ahead and got a dense covered cable, which I've been told isn't the best for this. Or I think I can just put that right there. Now that's online. And if I select you, I should be able to whitelist prosperity going out of the router. Oh, but it's out of range. Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess I could just run one of these cables maybe under here. Maybe now I'll be able to do that. Out of range. Why do you suck so much? Okay, fine. I'll just move it farther. And now I should be able to select you. And if I throw you in, it'll work. Now I just have to add the prosperity shard for the one going into the router. And that should work. Prosperity. There we go. Okay, now we can get back to this. And I believe we can make a ton of Prudentium essence with this one crystal we have. And I'm hoping it'll get us high enough. Of course not. We ran out of Inferium. Please tell me we have some more in here. It's not very much. Fingers crossed it's enough though? Yeah, no, I didn't think so. Well, we can do some old reliable farming. Okay, that should be good enough. And I think I'll need another infusion crystal. Please be enough. Just one gem surrounded with that. And master infusion crystal. Sweet! Because that's going to be very helpful for this next crafting bit. And our regular crafting table things aren't in here yet. So I think I'm going to have to settle for this Ender IO one, which isn't that expensive. We'll just need to make some more silicon. So we'll have to dismantle one of these meteors again, and then we can just smelt this up. But at the same time, I've had enough of wasting coal. So I'm going to make this augment factory upgrade that I believe can just be tucked in. And I think I just throw power on the bottom. And I think if I need to smelt anything now, it'll just do it very quickly. No more need for coal. So now I should be good to go. Void chassis. We need some grains of infinity, which is made through fire crafting, throwing flint and steel into a fire. Yeah, okay. Let's go try that. So light that on fire and throw that in. Nope, not looking like it. What am I missing? Flint or fire water onto deep slate that's burning, and it should put out infinity. Maybe I'll just do the sag mill thing. Oh, but that requires the same thing. What am I missing here? Wait, I might just have to light a bunch of these on fire and kind of just let them burn out. And there we go. There's a piece of infinity. I guess I just wasted a couple pieces of flint and steel. Bye, creeper. Bye, creeper. There's the void chassis and our crafter. But I think we're going to need a capacitor now. And we don't have vibrant alloy or energetic alloy, but we do have enough for the basic. So if I go up above our farm and dig out a little area, I should be able to put the crafter down along with the capacitor. And I think if I put these in, that should give us Prudentium. And I think I'll have to do that all the way up to Supremium. Just making sure this goes back in. I think we're going to need a few more of those, but you're kind of taking your sweet time, aren't you? How do I make some of these growth accelerators? Just stone, sand, or something. Inferium essence and Inferium gemstone. Well, I can definitely make higher tiers, like Prudentium ones. And I think if I go underneath here and I place these three stacked up, this should grow a little bit faster. Oh yeah, that's already 71%. So we can make a ton of those, as well as fill in the rest of this area with seeds. Okay, I figured it out. That took a while. We got everything crafting up into our Supremium now, and that was not an easy task to do. It would have been if this crafter wanted to work, but of course, it glitched out. So we switched to these things, which is set up receiving items from our modular router, but each one of these things can only craft up to one item. And what this thing here does is just recycles the master infusion crystal. And you might be thinking, Drag, if you have 4 of these machines set up, doesn't that mean you need 4 master infusion crystals? Yes, it does. And that was painful to do. But we got up to 1,100 now. And all you need to make this machine work is one of these formula encoders. And then I set up a little access port here to our machine And then I'm putting all the essence into here, controlled by a storage controller, monitored by a storage bus. But as you can see, we don't have any inferium, prudentium, tertium, or any imperium. So I'm going to want to set up some auto crafting. And I'll want to make it so there's 100 in here at all times. That's going to require a little bit of work. I'm going to need a molecular assembler, which needs formation cores, and annihilation cores, which need logic processors. And then other pieces are going to need like a 256K ME storage component, more formation and annihilation cores, and then engineering processors, and so on. So I'm going to need to automate these machines first. Thankfully, that is very easy. All we'll need is an ME pattern provider for each one of them. So we're going to need 5 of those that I'm going to throw underneath each one of these machines, just like that. But then I'm also going to need to connect all of these to this cable. And I do believe I can just connect them directly to it without needing exporters. Then the next step is going to be this ME pattern encoding terminal, which just requires an engineering processor and an ME crafting terminal. So then we just need to take this, put the encoding terminal there, and then the crafting terminal right there. So now I can actually go ahead to the recipe, collect encode pattern. It will place it directly in there, and all I'll need is these blank patterns. Now all we have to do is click encode pattern, and that will give us this one right here. And now all we need to do is find an empty inscriber, and then go into the pattern provider and chuck that in. So now I should be able to click this. Let's say I craft 5 of them, and we're missing the printed silicon and the printed engineering circuits. So we'll add that one in, but we want to take out the inscriber engineering press, encode it, and that's because this machine will always have the inscriber in it. And we'll actually want to enable auto export on all of these. And then down at the bottom, we'll just chuck that pattern in. So now if I actually change the view to my craftables, if I click this, I should be able to click next. And as you can see, I can't actually hit start. That's because we have no storage and we have no crafting processors, and we also have no available bytes. That's where this 250K crafting storage comes in, but I don't want to make all of these all the way down. So for now, I think I'm just going to make the 1K, which requires a crafting unit, and then the 1K ME storage component. So we can just grab that now. Then all we have to do is come down below beside our cable, break one of them, and throw that in there. And now I should be able to start this up. And after a little bit of time, excuse me, sir, you say you're crafting, but why aren't you crafting? Oh, there we go. I forgot to change this one setting here. So now if we switch back over and we try to craft up our engineering press, we have the one printed engineering circuit available. That's just for the printed silicon. But I'm not going to bore you with doing every single one of those in all these different machines. Okay, that part's done. But now for crafting up these storage components. They require to be put through a crafting table. However, we're going to need this thing. And I think I'm going to craft up 5 of these. And then we're going to need a pattern provider. So if I go on down below, I set up a little area right here. And the first thing I'm going to do is actually break this one cable and put another 1K crafting storage right there. Then if I grab my ME pattern provider and I throw it right here, I believe I can just surround this. Unfortunately, I can't really access that. Maybe I'll move it up 1 or 2, just like that. However, now if I throw these in, it's only actually going to be able to use one of these assemblers and not all 5. And that's because we need to make some of these crafting co-processing units, which just requires an engineering processor and a crafting unit. And I think we're going to need 4 of these. Actually, we'll do 5 just in case. Then all we have to do is come back down underneath this here and then place these ones down. And the reason I did 5 is because, as you can see here, it's not actually building correctly. So if I put this one down, it will now actually activate. But that's actually too many for what we need here, because each one of these co-processing units allow one more molecular assembler per processing unit. So I'm actually going to take this one out, and then I'm going to add in a second 1K crafting storage. And with all the patterns in there, I want to say we can craft up all the way to the ME storage component. So let's start all of those up, and we're quite a bit short. Well, I guess we'll skip that for now. But anyway, now's the time to craft this stuff. And it's going to be the exact same process that we did in here, just in a totally new area and with this part under here doubled up. So we're going to take it from supremium down each tier. So we're going to take this recipe, encode it, the tertium one, then the prudentium, finally down to inferium. But now we need to make sure we have enough of these in here at a time, which brings us to our next point. We're going to need a few ME level emitters, a few ME interfaces, and then a little area where I can place down that interface, craft up a few exporters, and then we're also going to need a crafting card and then a redstone card. And then from there, all we have to do is run a cable along just like that, place an emitter right there, there, and there, with some exporters going in right beside the emitters, and then we have to connect all of this up. But we also have to make sure that it connects directly to this piece here. And then on each one of these level emitters, we want to emit when levels are below 100. Then we'll need an item to put into this slot here, and I'm going to use inferium for that. So if we come back on up to our system, as you can see here, inferium is going all the way up to 100. And as soon as we take any of that out, it'll start crafting up once again. And now that there's 100, you can see this emitter shut off. And so we just have to do the same thing for each different type of essence. And I do believe I can actually apply one more here. It's just going to look kind of funky. But if I ever want to do more of these in the future, I think it would be more worth it for me to just come to the other side of this, put down an emitter there, another interface, and put another exporter right here. Because all we need right now is the Imperium, so we can just set this all up now, as long as we make sure not to forget to set some of them. And if I'm being honest, I really don't know where this needs to lie in the system, so I just put it right by our controller. And it should all just lead into here. And now we have 100 of each essence. I kind of want to do this for all the different kind of processors as well, but we don't have enough resources for that. And that's where these seeds come into play. We'll just need 4 silicon and 4 prudentium essence, along with some prosperity seeds. Thankfully, we have a lot of the silicon, and we'll always have enough prudentium. We now just need to make the altar and the pedestal, just missing some wool, which can be crafted up. And I think I actually want to build it back in here. So I'll put the altar here, and then the 8 pedestals all around it. But I'm actually going to throw a redstone block underneath to have it automatically start. Now, if I chuck the prosperity seed in, along with all the other items, and I don't think it actually matters what kind of position you put these in, as long as they're all in. And it'll automatically start crafting up. And there's our silicon seed. So let's just throw that one down. And then it'll start growing just like this one. Well, after I set up all the stuff, that is. And then as well as what I have underneath here, which is making everything grow a ton faster. And I can still upgrade it with the tertium, the imperium, and the supremium. But I do want to say that is quick enough for now. But I think that is going to do it for this episode, guys. So if you did enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe. Also, let me know down in the comments below what your favorite part of this video was, or something you'd like to see in future videos, and or if I'm just missing something completely obvious. So again, hope you enjoyed. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.